mind-blowing. I mean, it feels so solid.
That's as consistent as it gets.
Oh my gosh, it's good, man. I feel hot.
I'm glad if they play a different driver, because I know this one's the best.
It's the best feeling driver I've ever hit.
Welcome to Talk Birdie To Me. This is Australia's most popular golf podcast with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn, the only player to beat Tiger Woods twice in match play, and tour pro Mark Allen, who played professional golf around the world for 15 years, including a British Open. We're coming from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist is the #1 ball in golf, and FootJoy is the #1 shoe and glove in golf. And thanks to our great partners, Watch My Numbers, the most powerful database golf app in the world. Download from the App Store or Google Play. Ping, as with Nick O'Hearn, will help you play your best. See your local golf shop or professional for a Ping Club fitting. The Golf Clearance Outlet beat everyone's prices. Visit golfclearanceoutlet.com.au for your nearest store. And Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Now that's better. Now, from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, it's time for Talk Birdie To Me. Here's Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen.
Well, welcome everybody. One of the great things about Titleist and FootJoy and Scotty Cameron is they keep on pumping out new equipment and it just gets better and better and better. Gene Saunders is the golf club business manager here at Titleist headquarters and he's joined us. Nick, good to see you, but really good to see you, Gino.
Hey, thanks for having us.
First of all, where's my putter? I've been waiting for ages.
It's on the line right now. I just went and checked before I come in, and that should be here before you leave.
Before every podcast, he's going, I need to get this chain link putter. I need to get this Scotty Cameron putter. So I'm glad you're here because finally we can talk about it with this guy because he's driving me nuts.
And get him out on course with it, most importantly, as well.
Well, earlier this week in our main pod, we showed a video. A ball comes down a ramp, bounces all over the place. The ramp is pointed in exactly the same position. Because it's bouncing, it goes everywhere. So we want to get the ball rolling. That's the most important thing you can do when you're on the greens is to get the thing rolling so it doesn't bounce all over the place. How does the chain link technology in the inlay of the putters, these putters, this is a big one, that inlay there has got this chain-like pattern. So how does that, I don't get it. I mean, are there secrets you can't tell us or what's the story?
Definitely a few, but, like anything where there's proprietary, but it's also, it's not just about the chain link as well. It's making sure that we've got players set up in the right length of putters as well. And, making sure that we manufacture them with an appropriate amount of loft and things like that for players as well. A lot of times people think, hey, there's no loft on the putter, but, we'll have 3.5 degrees on there. We want to get it up. It just kind of sits down in the grass. We want to get it up out of that indentation. And, there's always a little bit of skid, but make that as short as possible and get it rolling. And what we've found with the new inlays, and the new materials that we're using in there is that players are really liking those and seeing some preferred rolls.
I've been a ping guy my whole life, but I love the look of the Scotty Camerons. And someone was talking about you actually don't want to hit the ball on the up. You want to hit it on the down slightly. Now, that was kind of news to me. Is that just a bit of a myth, or can you sort of explain a bit more to people at home who have always sort of been told, okay, you need to hit the putts slightly on the up? What's the best or the perfect angle of attack into the ball?
Yeah, I think you're going to get some different views on that with different coaches as well. So it's sort of one of those waters you don't want to tread too deeply in. But I think when you can keep that pretty neutral, I think is good. The sternum's kind of that fulcrum for the golfer. And if we can get the strike underneath that point, we tend to find that we get really good roll for the player. So, having that ball just a little bit in front of that, they can kind of get that crash on the ball, get it out, get it rolling. Players that hitting too much up on it, we can start to hit it low in the face. Can that start to almost drive it down in? Hitting down on it, can you be driving in and popping it up? So I think like a lot of things, trying to find that happy medium's the spot.
Well, we've been talking about Rory McIlroy, certain events hitting almost the top half of the the Remember that, Mark?
Yeah.
What we showed at the US Open last year.
The worse he putts, the higher the putt the putter head comes up.
So anyway, maybe he should look at this.
Well, maybe he should. So the old beauties, have we changed the heads? I mean, the fastback is the one that I'm really interested in.
Yeah, a lot of changes here, Mark, with these. The studio style is a little bit of a throwback name. We haven't had that name for around 20 years. As it's a nice celebration of coming back about 20 years since we had the GSS inserts in the studio styles, but this time with carbon steel in there. So the reason for carbon is that it's softer, has some more dampening effects than stainless steel or even the Trilliums out there. So with that softer feel to it, it's going to give a softer sound. It's not just that material either. You spoke before about the chain link milling. That also helps us, a little bit less contact onto the face. So, when we have less contact on the face, it's sort of that less of that slap sound.
Right.
The more when we make it, a deeper mill or a chain link mill, we find that we can get a better roll for the players that way and the preferred feel. Also, having those inserts helps us with fine-tuning feel as well. We can put vibration dampening material in behind the face, fine-tune the screws in behind to how do we want that to sound and feel, as well as, that vibration dampening material around the outside of the insert as well.
Okay, so the Fastback looks like a newie, but this one, the old Newport too, that's a classic, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's one that just keeps on keeping on. I think it's that classic shape. Most brands have their version of this, and each time Scotty just keeps finding ways to make it better and better. A lot of time, the tour reps out there are just taking those small cues from the players around how can we make this better, make it sound, feel, look better for you. How can we help you with your alignment on this putter? And I think that goes across the whole lineup. One you've got in your hand, there's one that we haven't had in the lineup for quite a while, Catalina. Yeah. It's almost like a little bit of a blown up Newport. So it's got the mid bend neck here that you can see, and so it plays almost face balance. Only a little bit of toe flow there, which is unusual. For that type of head. So that's one that we've been asked for quite a while for players, and gives us a nice performance option to bring back into the line here with the studio styles.
Catalina. Basically, it's a Newport wide body, no neck, single bend shaft, slight swing. It's a good looking product.
So the Catalina has a lot of history in the Scotty Cameron line. That mid bend, which is going to give them kind of the look and setup of a mallet. But love that little wider blade that uses the leading edge and the trailing edge to help them keep that putter square. So it's going to give them kind of a feel of a mallet, but of a look of a blade.
The clean look of a single bend shaft in the Catalina draws the eyes to the base of the putter. It just makes it very easy to align the face.
And just before we go to the longer putter, because that's got a very different grip, it's a new style and shape grip. Now,
it is.
When I hold it, it feels like it really fills my hands up.
That's great to hear. It's actually called the full contact grip. So, and that was really how it was designed, trying to create less gaps in the hand for the player, so that we can get that full contact on it, get that feel like we've got control on it, and be able to make a nice smooth stroke.
Oh, well. Mission complete, because that's exactly what it feels like. Now, a lot of people, in our last feedback podcast, we were talking to somebody who was having trouble with their putting.
Yep.
And a lot of people, when they have trouble with their putting, they look to these longer style putters. So explain this one. What are the benefits here?
So probably a couple of things we can speak about here. One is the head, in terms of, held up the Fastback for. Here's its, brother or sister in the square back, just whether you like round or whether you like square. So the advantage here is, we've got multi-materials, so as that we can help get you extra forgiveness through the head there. Yeah. But really, when we're talking in terms of the long design, it's a couple of things. It's a little bit of a counterbalancing, and the head's a little bit heavier than a normal head.
Right.
We've also got an extra 3 inches on the end here of the grip. So that's going to help us with a little bit of counterbalancing, and the longer grip here as well adds some extra weight. So really what we're trying to do there for the player is, I guess, anybody that, feels like they'd like to be able to smooth out their stroke a little bit, or they can get a little bit jumpy, that extra weight at both ends, that counterbalance can really help them in terms of being able to do that.
Yeah.
It's not going to be something that's for everyone, but it's certainly one that we've seen more and more for players that, are having a little bit of trouble with being able to create that nice pendulum, and had some success with it.
Added stability is the first thing that a lot of players are looking for in long design. The extra length on long designs allow the player to match up the hands, arms, and shoulders to create a really simple pendulum style putting stroke.
The Fastback long design has our longer shaft with a 17-inch grip. So what that's going to do is really help the golfer who has trouble keeping that putter stable through the stroke, give them a little more inertia in the entire putter. It's got a little stiffer shaft to keep it more stable, but that longer grip is going to really help them be versatile in where they place their hands to help increase their consistency and help them make more putts.
These chain link putters, they're pretty much in pro shops right around the country now, aren't they?
They are all around the country. So, yep, out there ready for players to be able to go in and test.
New Zealand as well?
Absolutely.
Now, something I've been watching on the Titleist social medias everywhere. Last week, the new T Series, which is in the background here,
Yes.
Was released on the PGA Tour. And from my understanding is they've just gone basically straight to everybody's golf bag. Is that right?
Yeah, we're really excited to have those out there. So some great new designs there. It's early days. Can't talk anything too much about text, but going through the validation stage out on tour that we always like to do. And yeah, last week we had 39 different players put them in play across PGA Tour and DP World. So to see that early gives us, a lot of confidence that the improvements and the innovation that's been put in these models is going to be better for not only our tour players, but all the golfers out there in the bag.
Have you had a hit of them?
I have, yes. And
have you really?
Yeah.
Where did you have a hit of them?
Titleist Performance Institute about a week and a half ago.
Where's that?
In California.
In California.
Yes. So we had our global team come together for a meeting, and we were able to get taken through all the products and test them. Very impressed. Yeah, definitely got some a little bit of a different setup to my bag. Got a combo set. We will have some 250s in the long part of the bag, moving into the 100s up in the top end.
Unreal, exciting. It's always exciting to see the new gear and the improvements. When the last T Series that came out, you think to yourself, there can't possibly be any more improvement. And yet the rocket scientists that work at Titleist are finding ways.
The R&D team, Chuck, Marnie, their teams are really good, and they've definitely been able to make some nice advancements in the irons, and we're really excited about them.
Well, Gene, thanks for coming on Talk Birdie to me. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Keep the good stuff coming.
Love that one. 224 on 114 feet. Yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah.
Was that the 254?
Yeah.
Love that. Good one there.
Yeah.
236. 240 on that one. Good spins, 42.
It's a little towed.
Yeah, spin still stayed at 41, still 109, still 237. That's pretty right there. Love that. That extra helps when you want to take something off it. Because if we start just a little higher, when you take something off, it's still getting to 100. So when you try to hit that 230 shot, because that's the only one, did we hit that? Hit this one like 230? Yeah, I think that's the big 227 again.
Sweet.
Love that.
You love it, I love it.
And that's been Talk Birdie To Me, Australia's most popular golf podcast, with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen, coming from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. As everyone knows, Titleist is the #1 ball in golf, and FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. Wherever you get your podcasts, make sure to subscribe, maybe leave a review, and we'd love you to share the pod with a friend who loves their golf. Huge thanks to our fantastic partners. Ping, like they do for Nick O'Hearn, will help you play your best. You can see your local golf shop or professional for a Ping club fitting. The Golf Clearance Outlet always beat everyone's prices. Visit golfclearanceoutlet.com.au for your nearest store. Watch My Numbers is the most powerful data-based golf app in the world. You can download from the App Store or Google Play. And Better, they've got the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Download from the App Stores today. Now that's better. Keep in mind, what are you really gambling with? But for now, from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, thanks for being a part of the show. We'll see you next time.